It ain't really a store. Think of me more like a quartermaster, and a chef, and a handyman, and whatever else we need. We gotta eat. Eating means hunting. Hunting means armaments. We used to let people take what they will, but then some idiot shot some other idiot over cards. So Zora set up a system. You fuck up, you don't get to buy gear. You play nice, you do. Yeah, plenty. If you're the type to fix a thing or two, I've got a couple reports I need to follow up on. The pipes up on Milton's house burst. Someone needs to shut them off. Then there are the cables outside the bar. A sprat chewed through them, and now they're spitting lightning. Then there's the old guardhouse, outside town on the way to the old Bayside Terrace. Someone needs to reset the comms breaker there. I ought to tell you, most of these systems are routed through one of our terminals. You might be able to handle some of them remotely if you know your way around a computer. We sent Milton out to check on the comms tower a while ago. Ain't heard back. I'd wager he got 8. Up the hill. It's right on the cliff's edge.
Request list. Bronson maintains a record of strange special equipment, requests beyond the normal firearms, ammunition, and medicine that the iconoclasts burn through at an alarming rate. Most of his list is crossed out, but a few items haven't yet been fulfilled. Zora force melt bright gel (in brackets may not actually exist). Graham dissident hunter number 17. Huxley anti-Cleo wrapped be gone (in brackets also may not actually exist). Huxley any book on terminal repair. Carl primal glue adhesives.
Good luck in all that you do.
What a bunch of junk. Nothing useful. Ugh, my stomach.
All right. Marked magazine. In this copy of Dissident Hunter, the hero braves the dangerous hellhole that is Monarch. Numerous edits are scratched into the text, and a number of the villainous dissidents have had mustaches and hats drawn onto them. This is Huxley's terminal. Stay out, that means you. Storage capacity increased. Logs prior to the most recent 4 entries are unretrievable, but new entries may now be saved. Dear Diary, Graham taught me how to meditate today. You close your eyes and you breathe in real deep and try not to cough. Then you just listen to yourself. You know, sometimes you'll be hiding from a Monty Queen and you're trying to be quiet, so you focus real hard on your breathing and you can hear your heartbeat and you think, how can this Monty Queen not even hear me? ? And all of a sudden you have to sneeze, and it reminds you of that time when you were coming back with a delivery, and as you were putting it on Zora's table, you sneezed and it slipped and a bunch of things broke ? Meditating is like that, only you're supposed to think of these things on purpose. Graham calls it, I don't remember what he calls it, Reco something. He says it's your own eternal truth bubbling up to the surface, and the things you remember are what you're supposed to focus on and try and improve. When we meditated, I mostly remembered that sitting on rocks hurts. Maybe I'm supposed to toughen up my tailbone. Dear Diary, Zora's really smart, but you know what? Sometimes she can be such a bitch. I was supposed to get some info from her, for her, should I say, from Cascadia, but I couldn't find a way over without going through Marauders. So I gave up and stopped in at Fallbrook to pick up some supplies instead. While I was there, Chester T dropped in for a few games of whist. She's so cool, she's always playing games there. When I lost bits, or lose bits, I get really upset. I don't have much, so losing what I have, it hurts, you know, question mark. But Chester T can drop thousands on a single game, and she's fine. Well, sometimes she drinks a bit and slams the table and storms out, but still. Mostly she's cool about it, and I admire that. Anyway, when I get back, Zora yelled at me because I was a little late. Something about medicine not getting here fast enough. Sigh. Graham just said to try not to lose track of time on my next run, and I promised I would. See, that's how you teach someone. Don't gotta yell and make them feel bad. Dear Diary, today Zora gave me permission to buy ammunition from Bronson. I don't think I want to, but she said I should just in case, but guns are really loud. I'd rather just run away than shoot one. Still, I'm kind of proud. Zora said it was like a promotion for something I found in the wilderness. I think it's a code for a door, but I'm not sure why it's important. I can't even get near the place without getting attacked. I asked her what a promotion is, and she smiled in a really sad way and told me I shouldn't worry about it. Dear Diary, this will be my last entry. Sorry, Diary, you've been a very good listener, but our time has come to an end. This terminal was making a horrible beeping noise yesterday and someone smashed it while I was out, and now I can't save more diaries. Milton can't fix it, and plus he says I should stop coming into his house to write when he's not around. Whoever smashed poor terminal, if you're reading this, sucks sulfur.
Get a whiff of that sweet sulfur air.
May the eternal truth guide you.
Okay. So we're meant to go that way. So if we go this way.
Oh, fuck's sake. I'm gonna lose my lunch.
It's sealed, okay. Fair enough.
It ain't right. How many good folk we gonna lose to our missions?
A mantiquine.
Yeah, we felled it, mind. But we lost 2 runners and 5 gun hands.
A total failure, then. So much for the ruins. A stranger comes to our home. If you're looking for a path to walk, you've found one. If you're looking for a teacher, I am one. Welcome to the Iconoclasts. The truth that I have come to learn and embrace since shedding the corporate yoke. Out here, we survive by the sheer strength of our spirit. We have no need for the endless rules and red tape of a corporate structure.
We do seem to burn through endless ammunition and medical tape, though.
Yes, well, such is life. Our descendants will enjoy safety and luxury, but our generation is the foundation on which that future is built. Now, why have you come? A great many things, in fact.
We could always use a hand rounding up supplies.
Or... Now here's an idea. There's an old printing press I've been trying to get up and running. Oh yes, many facilities lie abandoned in the wilderness. I believe the press could be operational again with a little elbow grease and luck. Will you aid us in our cause? Wonderful. I requisitioned replacement rollers for it some time ago. Huxley should have delivered them yesterday. Speaking of which, where is Huxley?
You bought rollers? You haven't even cleared the wraps out yet. What are you doing wasting bits on... Forget it. Huxley's still recovering. She won't be up for a run for a while yet.
It seems we're out a runner. If you intend to help our cause, I'll ask you to meet our MSI supplier in her stead.
So you're her mysterious savior. She sings your praises.
That girl and her songs, so eager to learn, so bright-eyed, so... tone-deaf. One of our sympathizers, a woman named Carlotta, periodically buys goods on our behalf from Stellar Bay's store. Stellar Bay has caught on, but they remain friendly, though the goods now come at a considerable markup. She meets us in the ruins of Bayside Terrace. From our compound, follow the road north. Wonderful. While you're at it, I wonder if Carlotta still has those high-capacity cartridges? Grab a few, will you? There should be some funds left over from the last shipment. We can use them to copy and modify radio serials. Yes, not just magazines, but their precious dramas.
Unbelievable. I hope I don't have to tell you this, but if there is extra money, would you mind buying, I don't know, food and medicine? Graham, if you need me, I'll be in triage.
Ah, hello. You're... still alive. All right. The iconoclasts are free folk. We live under our rules, motivated by our own beliefs, all petals on the same flower of enlightenment. Meanwhile, the board strangles the will of its workers. It is the penultimate exercise of a poisoned society where people are enslaved by a corporate ladder. We seek to replace their way of life with ours. Philosophism is the key to unlocking their shackles. This is not anarchy. Society requires structure, Captain. It is just that the board's structure is killing the colony. Ours will not. Awakening is available to all whose minds are ready to accept it. What would you like to know? Ah, the eternal. We are all part of the consciousness of the cosmos. Each of us plays a tiny role in the universe's continual journey toward understanding itself. You and I, and the rats and the mantis swarms. Divinity is in us all, and the eternal is that divinity. Everyone, regardless of ability to believe, is another facet of the universe contemplating its own existence. The point of no return. When your mind fully opens to the eternal truth. Every philosophist experiences it along the path to enlightenment. For many, it is the first brush with the cold of death, when they realize that all of their lives have boiled down into the single truth of that moment. Mine was witnessing my friend and colleague transform into the very evil we sought to combat. Now he runs MSI, just like the overlords before him. I suppose that's one way to look at it. Another is that misfortune often brings opportunity. I found my path through the tragedies of my past. Not in the sense of a single entity, fashioning the universe as a whittler fashions a flute. The universe came into being over time, organically, naturally, and without purpose. In that sense, I suppose you could say that, in the interest of finding its purpose, the universe itself created all living things. Questions like these are distractions. It doesn't matter whether an entity sparked the universe or not. Only by pursuing the eternal truth will we find these and other answers. All right. I'm sorry. As long as it's been, I'd still rather not speak of it. That was a painful day for us all. It's fine. Perhaps someday I'll be strong enough to recall that tragedy, but today is not that day. Why have you come?
Welcome to Graham Bryant's personal conglomeration of notes, theories and findings regarding philosophism and how it informs our lives. I've organised into three categories: the iconoclasts, the Halcyon colony and the universe. Access files on the Halcyon colony. The board's lies. The board vastly overestimates their authority and grasp on power. Without the Earth Directorate's military might to back them up, they would not be able to maintain their life-draining grip on the colony's throats. They spread lies and misinformation to confuse and oppress the masses. Perhaps that's one of the reasons they have not allowed any colony ships since the Hope's disappearance. They've had 70 years to condition their good little workers to follow their directives unquestioningly. Their lies become more and more transparent as the years pass, and will soon be too obvious for even the most deluded colonist to see. The oppression must end. A man from Byzantium told us of an acquaintance who had been arrested for carrying philosophist texts. Not teaching, not evangelizing, just carrying. They oppress any truth that threatens their corrupt structure. Is this what we want? ? Do we want to live in a society where we can be sent to Tartarus for our beliefs? ? No, their workers' minds are poisoned, their will shackled, their dreams hamstrung. This can stand no longer. We must tear this entire regime down. The dangers of a corporate society. I hope to someday publish a greater work in which I can more expansively lay out what is so clear to me, that our society's obsession with a corporate-run life has stifled and crippled humanity's ability to grow. Alas, for now I can only collect my scattered thoughts into this barely functional machine. In my younger, more vulnerable days, I bought into the attraction of a corporate ladder, a measured, quantifiable way with which to judge oneself against one's peers. It provided motivation, meaning. Yet my spirit longed for more than just a paycheck. It yearned to reach out and connect with my fellow man. It sought a connection, it sought kin, it sought a familiar unit. The corporations claim they are not that familiar unit, but they treat us like pets. We beg for scraps at the table, and if they are so kind as to drop one, we praise the ground they tread on while they usher us into kennels called homes. We attach ourselves to contradictuality, obligated familiar units, strangers to whom we share no more connection than the employees seeking to empower themselves by our unions. We bear children out of obligation to our executives who demand a constant workforce. We slave away in the vain hope that someday we too will be like those executives until the day we die and are processed, burned and filed away. As another tick on a human resources paperwork. We have built ourselves into a cold, unthinking, efficient machine, and in doing so have abandoned all the warmth humanity is capable of. I weep for us all. Sanjar and the betrayal of his truth. I often recall my former friend who once sought to dismantle the corporations, as I still do. When he took ownership of our corporation, I held him in such contempt. I called him a coward, a betrayer. He was becoming the very thing we hated. Now I'm not so sure. Recently I've come to accept that his heart was more closed than mine. I cannot expect every man to be able to open himself to the eternal truth. As I have, some are just not capable. And so it is a tragic thing, tragic that he is weaker than I'd hoped, that he cannot fight for a cause I can empathise with. Tragedy. Should the day come when the metal of our spirits clash against one another, that empathy will shield me from guilt. Like the board, he now stands across our path, arms crossed, stubbornly resistant to the eternal truth. Like the board, he spreads, nay, celebrates the poison that cripples our society. Like the board, his stubbornness will only blind him to his inevitable fall. Tragic. Access files on the iconoclasts. Personal thoughts regarding Zora. For someone who is so committed to the iconoclast way, I fear that Zora is slipping off the true path. More and more often I fear her attachment to the materialism of our oppressors sways her decisions more than the search for the guiding truth that will save us. She often tells me that our people are hungry. I agree, their spirits long for fulfillment, a much more powerful power than any pang of any empty gut. Teaching notes. Of all the things to motivate a person on finding freedom has been the most powerful. Many of them still remember being slaves to the corporate structure. Recalling those painful memories lights their fire anew. A man from Fallbrook stopped through on his way to Stellar Bay. After thumbing through our pamphlet, he asked me how we can survive without money. I found an appropriate metaphor in gas masks. When clearing a mantis swarm nest, we wear masks to ward off poisonous fumes. Even after the nest is climbed, thus we wear the masks until we are safe to breathe. Until the very last dregs of our poisonous corporation society are gone, the attachment to bits will remain. Though their use is uncomfortable and though they stifle our spirits, just as the masks are ill-fitting and limit our vision. We must persist with them until we can cast them aside. Shifting priorities. As our numbers grow, I find that more and more of our population turns to the written word of my pamphlets. I'm happy to continue making them, but I must find a more efficient way to print and distribute this reading material. I wonder if that old printing press might be convinced to run once more. Wouldn't that be something? ? To return to my duties as editor in a publication, only this time of my own control, and not stifled by the rules and regulations of style guides and grammar books. Nobody will tell me where to put a comma. I'll put them where they belong, as decreed by the eternal truth. And then access files on the universe. Influence drift. When I realized the truth of philosophism, I immediately wondered how I can be the first to recognize the poisonous spiral that has shaped our society? ? Then one day I was talking to, of all people, Huxley. She once lamented that she'd like nothing more than a pet canid. I confess to know very little about animal behaviour, as I am much more concerned with the animal that is mankind, but I stressed that I didn't think such a thing was possible. She let it go, but some weeks later Zora reported the strangest thing. Stories of a marauder with a canid follower. I didn't know if it had been sighted here or on Terra 2, but I immediately thought of Huxley and her reckless, wild imagination. I wonder if she had told other people and if word had spread of the possibility until it wriggled its way into the mind of marauders somewhere. Ideas are insidious, even if a marauder, mindless husk that it is, can be convinced of an idea. There must be hope for the workers of this colony, poisoned as they are against the eternal truth. If we can shout so loud that the truth inches its way into the collective consciousness, I'm confident it will spread to the rest of the cosmos. The suppression of the truth. It's very difficult to face the eternal truth that everything happens for a reason, that life and everything in it is the will of the cosmic consciousness. Can be a terrifying one. There is an urge among us all to control the parameters of one's life. This urge is so powerful that it suppresses the eternal truth simply by existing. Mankind does not shed the weight of its own shackles, and so I find that spreading philosophism is unnecessarily difficult. But the universe cannot suppress it forever. Biology changes, creatures adapt and evolve, we overcome our urges for the better of our species. Someday, until then, I must not abandon hope. Okay, that was a lot to read, but we have read it all now. So that is what matters.
I'm saying is it ain't worth it. It's gonna taste like sulfur all the same. Nuh-uh. Taro's got that sweet blood. So, you gotta boil it or you'll get sick. And all that.
Oh, hello. Good to see you again. What, oh, in Milton's place? Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Me and my diary have got some catching up to do. Damn right. Ain't nothing in the wilderness can stop me. Except being locked up. Well, on the way back, I twisted something in my leg, foot area. Where does my foot end and my leg begin? Wherever that is, it hurts.
I'd offer to take a look, but you should milk that for as much R&R as you can get.
Oh yeah, good thinking. Maybe once it's all healed up, I'll go find that rock again. So, no runs for me for a little while. Time to kick back and relax. Huh? Why? Oh, ha! You're funny. I did a dumb thing. I was trying to get away from a terror ray. Usually, you can just get a ways from their nest and they'll stop following you. But this one was really persistent. Chased me for, I don't know, forever. Scratched me up but good. I barely got away. Then I tripped over a void damn rock. A rock! Not even a slippery one. Till it stops hurting, I guess. Zora says I'll be fine in a month or so.
Never seen you before. Take my advice. Move on. Get off-world if you can. If you can't, get to the bay. I've been halfway around T1. Monarch, they call it now. Been around it twice. Stood at the hot pole and the cold. Nothing on this moon for nobody. There's a lot of heartbreak. It's pretty simple, kid. I sit at the bar, I drink, I mind my own business. That's it. Whoever said that must have been lying. Or maybe they was drunk. I don't know nothing a dozen better folk couldn't tell you. Look, you want to buy the drinks, I'll do my bit to keep you entertained. Just don't ask me to dance. I can't repay no kindnesses now. Alright, so, I reckon one of the most interesting places I've been is the hot pole. You know what that is? Exactly. This moon ain't big enough to rotate. It's locked. One side always facing Olympus, the other always facing away. Olympus might not be a star, but it throws off assloads of heat. Monarch's hot pole is the part that's closest to the gas giant. It's in the middle of this big mountain plateau. Volcanoes so high the peaks are in space. O2 breathers. The heat from Olympus is worse, though. Close your eyes, you can see rays bursting through your eyeballs. Little streaks of light. The funny thing is, then in the middle there's just smooth rock. Circular-like. All the dust blown away. Pale gray with hair-fine cracks all over. I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe I was lightheaded from the O2. But I felt like I had to take off the breather for a moment, put my ear to the ground. I did get a burn on the lobe before I smartened up. Put a towel under me. It was at the edge of hearing. Deep down. Far off. Irregular. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. The sound of a bird pecking out of a shell.
Sorry guys, there's something personal, and it's not something that I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna say it all over my stream.
When there's a groundquake now, I hold my breath. Because I don't know if it's Olympus squeezing us for gravity, or wings getting stretched. A great many things. I'll tell you what. You want to listen to an old man ramble? There might be a job in it for you. I used to run with a squad of mercenaries here. Good folk. A fella named Lamont introduced me. Thing is, I ain't seen them in an age. Stands to reason they got themselves ate. Mostly we protect the folk from the beasts here. If it spat, scratched, or stung, we'd kill it for you. So long as you had the bits. We split ways around the time this twice-fucked moon got abandoned. Thing is, I got myself some fond memories. We had some keepsakes of ours we kept in a lockbox. And I've been thinking about seeing it found. I'll be glad for it, but I ain't stupid. This planet tends to get people killed. I just want some closure. Thereabouts. Appreciate it, kid. I'll mark an outpost on your map. You spend a lot of time out there. Might be a good place to start. Here's a key for the door. I'm drinking here. Move yourself on. Nothing on this moon for nobody. Just a lot of heartbreak.
Don't blame him, really. Before we speak to this dude. Amber Heights routing terminal. Huxley, stay off this machine. I know your terminal's out of storage, but if you break this one, things are gonna go tits up around here. Anyone else, look, as long as you know what you're doing, go ahead and clear work orders out whenever you can. Zora. Steam coming out of the roof. System, water flow, submitter, Milton R. Description, the pipes on top of my house are gonna burst, they're leaking steam. Someone ought to fix this before they explode or the steam hurts somebody. Alright. There you go. Arsing electricity at the bar. Haven't heard from the Rat House. There we go. Sorted. Dear Diary. System Culinary Submitter Huxley S or S Huxley. Description, haha, hey Zora, I figured out how to add work orders. Dear Diary, eat it, Hux. Medical examiner's residence door sealed. System residential submitter description. The door to the examiner's residence above the med bay is stuck and is completely sealed. Can someone get this thing open? Question mark. Sorted.
Looks like I'm not the only new face around here. What do I call you, stranger? Welcome to Amber Heights, Captain. Call me Tucker. You here to join the iconoclasts? Help us free this world? I am not a little boy. Haven't been one for decades, no matter what my mama wishes. I take it she's still looking for me? I'd hope she'd accept my decision. According to her, stepping foot outside of the house in broad daylight is too dangerous. My entire life, she crammed a fear of danger down my throat. Don't go play with friends. Mantisaurs will tear your arms off. Don't leave the city. Raptidons will spit acid on your face. Marauders can violate you. You'd fall in a sulfur pool. I stuck around way too long, ruled by her fears. I'm 42 years old, but she still sees me as a little boy in need of her protection. I won't stand for it, I tell you.
Show up with a bottle of vodka and some real good cusses. That'll show her how much you've grown.
Then she'll think they've brainwashed me into some kind of hooligan. As far as she's concerned, if I make any decision that's not aligned with hers, someone else convinced me. She doesn't want to see me as anything other than her baby boy. Why would I go back again? What'll be different this time? You're right. I can do this. I just need to stand my ground and make her see she can't control me anymore. No one can. Captain.
Ah, crazy town. Never change.
Sam, making blood.
What are you buying? I'll be damned. Thanks for doing that. Here. Zora sets aside a bit or two for people who help out. Before you ask, no, it ain't pay. Just being generous to folks who do a good turn.
Don't mess with us. anything nastier than a giant bug, the thick one. Nature's disgusting. Take him down! That's the last of them.
Would you like this unit to tidy up?
Bunch of amateurs. Sublight should have seen this coming.
Damaged auto-mechanical loader. Trail of blood leads away from the auto-loader.
Detective!
Sam, did you clean my quarters? I couldn't find anything this morning.
Customer order, clean my quarters. Process and add it to the schedule. Please respond in affirmative to approve this service request.
Stop! I just put everything back.
Thank you. Service confirmed.
Next ship, I'm asking for a door that locks.
Thanks for helping MSI set things straight around here. Fresh blood at last. Stellar Bay could use some.
Oh, hey there. Thanks again for getting me away from those marauders. Oh, last time I was in the city, Sandra was singing your praises about a bolt something or other. Suppose that warrants a discount. You want to buy something? Oh, it's nothing out of the ordinary, really. I was on my way to Fallbrook and got jumped by insane, bloodthirsty cannibals. It happens. No, don't be absurd. I'm based out of Stellar Bay, but I cater to our more, trailblazing clientele. Hey, life's too short to be worried about danger this and careful that. I'd rather just do my job and try and enjoy it.
All right.
Trouble checking in? Or you might need directions to the amenities? If you're locked out of your cabin, a replacement key costs 50 bits. No reservation? No problem. Day trippers are always welcome in our saloon. Straight back and to the right. If you hit the falls, you've gone too far. Check in with Ms. Malin. She'll set you straight. I am here to anticipate and facilitate your needs, patron. Guess it's true. Fallbrook really is the best-kept secret in all of Monarch, excepting the Borst Factory's secret ingredient. We're a leisurely stopover for the more adventurous spacefaring traveler. Understand? Swell. We like quick-on-the-draw types like you. Saloon is straight back and to the right. Once you're feeling sated, you're welcome to a private cabin. Only $250 a night. Ms. Malin can let you one if you're interested. She's the one who runs this racket. You're looking for Ms. Malin. On an errand for the boss lady? Oh, that sounds ominous. Yeah. Ms. Malin won't like that a whit. She's not but just down the way. A 10 to 1 says she's either pouring drinks or skinning a sprat in the saloon. Word to the wise. Ms. Malin don't take kindly to interlopers. When I said sprat, I didn't mean the sort with whiskers and a tail.
Area filth level assessment. Disgusting!
Drinking. Gambling and organized crime. Everything you need to keep civilization.
Okay, let me fast travel first. We might as well...
Oh, Captain, you did it! My little boy is back, safe and sound. Tell the captain how grateful we are, Tuk Tuk.
Mama, I told you that I'm not staying. I just came back to talk to you about why I left. Then I'm going back to Amber Heights.
Oh, we'll get that silliness sorted out. You're safe here with me, and that's how it's going to stay. Isn't that right? What a sour thing to say. My little boy will always need me. I'm his mama, you know.
Mama, what I need is for you to listen to what I want for once. But that's between us. Now you promised the captain a reward, so settle up. Then you and me are gonna have a long talk.
Here, kind stranger. This is every bit I've scrimped and scraped for years to save. But it's more than worth it to have my Tuk Tuk home safe again.
I hear those rich people in Brazil can pay a handsome. You should know, you're getting excellent reviews from across the company. What can I do for you? Excellent timing on your part. I worked my fingers to nubs, but I've finally completed the Bolt 52 form. I dare say it will be my second greatest achievement after the reformations.
You're getting ahead of yourself again.
So I am. Do you have this cartridge? I'm working on a plan to reorganize the board. Slowly, peacefully, and with meticulous documentation.
I don't know what you think you're gonna accomplish. I'd just as soon reorganize it into itty-bitty pieces with a really big gun, but you just keep being you.
You can't build anything that way. What's the point?
It's fun?
Nonsense! There's nothing more invigorating than a well-developed 10-year plan. But truly, I am getting ahead of myself. First, I need to submit the Bolt 52. With that data you're holding, of course. I knew there was something going on.
Trophy earned, everybody likes me.
The board will have to welcome us back now. I'll transmit this data along with the completed Bolt 52 right away. After that, we'll sit back and quietly wait for the board to respond.
That means no more broadcasts from us.
All right.
You look like a man who's looking for some mostly fresh animal parts. He'll probably be wanting it back. You see any sign of him? Funny place to leave a journal. But what about Mr. Pickett? That's pretty sad. He sure seemed like he knew what he was doing. So this journal is all he left behind? Seems like I ought to read it. Looks mighty long, though. I bet she'll like that. She's real enthusiastic about all sorts of monsters. In any case, I appreciate you tracking down Mr. Pickett for me. Here's some bits for your trouble.
Neutralize and sanitize.
I've got another fighting me.
Dirty, Sam cleans it up. Clean, and ready to kill germs. Pollutant purified.
A visitor? What an unexpected surprise! Please, come in. Come in.
In my experience, any stranger this friendly either wants to rob and airlock you or sell you something.
Nonsense. Out here in the wilderness, we welcome all who come to our door. Now come in, make yourselves comfortable. I'm afraid we don't get many visitors out here. The raptidons and marauders scare off all but the boldest. And if you've braved them, you must be exhausted. Why don't you stay for dinner? I'm sure I would remember something like that. Now, quit fretting yourself about that. Make yourself at home. Dinner's almost ready. You must be famished. So are we, my friend, but one can't rush a fine meal. Is it sticking again? I'm afraid nothing out here works the way it used to. There's a bit of a trick to jimmying it open. I'll see to it once we've finished dinner. Please, there's no need for incivility. Though I certainly understand how hunger sharpens the temper. I promise I'll get the door open once we've had our meal.
He's trying to poison us.
Until then, why don't you stretch your legs a bit? A nice walk around the house will surely limber them up.
Alert! Alert! What's dirty? Clean up the competition!
The last of them. I'll keep it down.
Warning! At risk of overload. Too much spillage. Contaminant level too extreme.
Braxton Hetch's work ID. Name Hetch Braxton. Supervisor Velma Ballard. Position Chief Pescatological Health Manager MSI. If lost, please return to Velma Ballard or current Supervisor of MSI Fishery Operations in Stella Bay.
Warning! Warning!
Who does something like this?
I'm glad my intuition was right about that, personally. Alright.
Velma seem out of sorts to you?
It's always cranky.
I'd give you a friendlier welcome, but I'm up to my elbows in salt tuna guts. That he's got his load on and I'm stuck covering his shift? That's... wow. I sure feel like an ass now. Yeah, I wouldn't wish that on Catherine herself. Still, it's good to know what happened to him. And that I ought to start looking for a replacement. Something else on your mind?
Monster neutralized.
That's the last of him.
Electronic log. Someone left a ledger with a list of names, likely members of the unit that used this outpost. Some names like a quote-unquote Lamont and a quote-unquote Delilah are at the top of the list. Some names are crossed off, only to be added later as if that person left and rejoined. Of peculiar note is that the name quote-unquote Ash is nowhere to be found. From Delilah. A. PJ says you bought tickets for all of us. You didn't have to do that. I owe you. I don't know that I'll ever be able to pay you back, but thank you. D. From Lamont. D. Don't mention it. I'm attaching coords for the waterfall camp. Grab your gear and meet us there by sunup. We finally got off this hellhole. A.
Neutralize and sanitize.
I'm warmed up now.
This is a wreckage, isn't it, I think?
Food poisoning is one of the leading causes of death in Halcyon. Not surprising when you see these places from the inside.
Take out the jack. Analysis of efforts. Wrong tool for the job.
We didn't even get our hands dirty.
All right. Skeletal remains. The remnants of these bones show the telltale signs of a mantisaur attack. Powerful jaws have crushed the skulls, while weathering on some of the fragments suggests passage through some beast's digestive tract. Amidst the dirt you find a small lockbox that matches the description given by Ash. Okay, let's go back to Amber Heights.
May the eternal truth guide you.
If you got in your mind that I want company, you're wrong. Nothing on this moon for nobody. Just a lot of heartbreak. You know, a tiny part, a damn stupid part of me hoped he was still out there. What happened? Damn. Well, you find our box of memories? Well, ain't you clever? Fine. I was supposed to pick him up that night. Thing is, another offer came along. Bit more lucrative. Then you're smarter than the average rat. Next round's on me. A token of my deepest gratitude for solving a decade-long mystery. Look, I like your gumption. I was gonna share the bits, but here's a couple extra. Now go on. Even old Manta's passed.
Don't remember. Okay.
Excuse me, but this area's off limits. We got a leaky generator. It ain't safe. That's my nice way of telling you to sod off. We're fixing a leaky generator. What's it to you? Right. Carlotta. Yeah, she's inside. We got first rights, though. As soon as we fix that generator, she's ours. You'd have to ask the boss. I just know she wants Carlotta voided. And I'm just gonna let you walk on in? Why's that now? Oh, of all the void damned. I ain't getting eaten alive for a couple of bits. Pack it up, crew! We're going.
It's too quiet. What are you up to out there? Hello? Relax. I've been cooped up in here for almost 2 days. Who are you, anyway? Oh, finally! Tell Graham that this is the last run I'm doing. Sanjar's declared a stop sale to you lot, but even if he hadn't, I'm not risking my neck anymore.
I don't know how you got those goons to leave, but thank you. Graham ordered rollers and whatsits, right? For a printing press? Here, take them. Like I said, this is my last run. You'd have to ask him. All I know is that if I get caught, I'll get arrested. It's an enviable thing he's doing. Free people and all that. I can't live that way. I need my structure. But I respect the iconoclasts for doing it. Law help them. I don't know. Maybe Sublight can lend a hand. I should go. Look, Graham's got a bit or two left in his account. I can send one last dropout before I wash my hands of this. What do you want delivered? I always took that woman for the sensible type. Good on her. I'll send some along. Give them all my regards. And good luck out there. Don't go getting eaten.
All right.
I'm telling you, the Van Noys are fine.
Bullshit, Graham. They don't just abandon orders, and they weren't at the ruins. Where in this sulfur-sodden hellhole did you send them?
They're on a very important... we'll continue this later. Welcome back, Captain.
Thank the Eternal that someone's got some sense in their head. Carlotta usually schedules the next drop during the meeting. When's she coming?
That is most unfortunate. This cuts off one of our only 2 supply lines on Monarch. Sanjar, old friend, you're about to cross a dangerous line.
About to? That idiot just declared war.
We will deal with his subversion later. For now, we must redouble our efforts to spread the truth to the colony.
The print... Oh no. Graham, you didn't.
I've already sent a team ahead to scout the press. One of our best. Meet them there and find out if they've been successful.
You sent the Van Noys there, didn't you? Oh, for fuck's sake, Graham! We needed them in the ruins. Our people died out there.
They went willing to fight for our cause. We need reinforcements. We need new recruits. The Van Noys saw the printing facility with the same importance as I.
You're lucky they don't have airlocks on Monarch, or someone would have helped you into one by now.
I have the utmost confidence in their abilities. Friends, we must have faith that the men and women we recruit can handle the duties for which we recruit them.
Yes! You're damn right he could have. But he's so obsessed with preaching that he's become blind to our actual problems. Look, just... if the Van Noys are still alive, get them out of there. With Sanjar pressing the issue like this, I have a feeling we'll need them.
Ah, hello. You're... still alive.
All right.
What was that?
What was that? What was that? I think I saw something.
Please take a moment to complete this customer survey. Did you find Sam's cleaning today to be A, satisfactory, B, extremely satisfactory, or C, oh, cleaning cycle complete.
Looks like your path's at an end. If Zora could see me now.
Talk to me.
Hope you're here to help. We only got so many bullets left, and I ain't keen on using one on you. I appreciate the sentiment, stranger. But we can't leave without patching these guys up. Acker here is bleeding out, and Jensen can't see straight. Our medic has got our trauma kit, but we got separated. We ain't seen him in a couple of hours.
My professional medical advice is to get out of here as soon as possible. Bleeding might kill him, but rats definitely will.
How many years of medical school went into that word of wisdom? Sorry. We appreciate the assist. We just need to find our medic so we can do exactly as you say. Get the hell out. Yeah, on account of giving him the order. He's searching the old settlement to the north of the press.
Verify. Customer, all germs and contaminants have been neutralized.
Any luck out there? Oh, fuck. Well, that's better than nothing. Thanks. We'll head out as soon as we're patched up.
Terror One Publications, a subsidiary of Universal Defense Logistics. Printing press number 6. New equipment detected. System must restart for alignment. Please wait. System restarted. Equipment alignment successful. Press number 6 is now operational.
Organic obstacle is blocking this unit's intended path. Rerouting. Unsuccessful. Preparing to remove the obstacle.
I'll remove that cleaning attachment and shove it up your exhaust pipe.
Successfully rerouting.
If you'll just listen...
No! No more listening. No more preaching. We are losing people left and right. We need to act.
Enough, Zora. I'm not putting the torch to innocent people. Do you want to bring the board's cruisers and gunships down on us? Captain, apologies, but our situation grows dire. Our people talk of foolish endeavors. What news do you bring? Excellent.
Did you find the Vanois? Thank the Eternal.
We're one step closer to bringing the truth to every man, woman, and child in Halcyon. This plan's brilliance is in its subtlety. For the time being, let us cease our activities on the tower, lest we bring premature attention upon us. I have much to do, articles to write, sermons to ponder. We live in such an exciting time. Let's talk later.
Hey, I need to see to the wounded, but drop by the clinic when you can. I want a word.
Just because I don't know where the clinic is, so...
Hey, Captain. I need your help, and we ought to keep it hush-hush. You know about what happened here, right? The history of Amber Heights?
Famous pirate raid, right? A little messy for my tastes, but those guys were in and out like pros.
Right. Common belief is that the pirates fled to an old relay station that had already been abandoned, but nobody could find them. The station's locked up, but one of my people found an old data cartridge in a nearby rat nest. It's mostly corrupted, but I pulled a couple codes off of it. One is the code to the Amber Heights gate. I don't recognize the other, but it's similar. I bet it opens a door. Graham isn't fond of talking about the history here. He had friends who worked here. The massacre hit him pretty hard. You know him. Live and let live and all that. I don't want to burden him right now, especially if this ends up being a dead end. I know it's a long shot, but if we miss something there, if you can get into that station, maybe we can get some answers. Right. The access codes to Amber Heights. What gets me is, if this belonged to the pirates, that means they knew someone there. If someone gave them the gate code, all those deaths, Captain, all that blood is on their hands. Just a warning. The area is infested with mantisaurs. I'd send some help, but we're, you know, preparing for war. Appreciate it. Here's the code. If it works, bring back anything you find. Supplies are best, but information's good too. If someone was behind the Amber Heights massacre, it'd give a lot of people around here some closure to find out who and string them up. Good luck. Watch out for the Taros.
Alright guys, where is this place that we need to go to?
Congratulations, customer. Your SAM unit is performing at peak capacity. Take out the trash. Dedication and maintenance job fulfilled.
UDL Communications Substation number 204 records room status sealed. Enter administrative code or administration code. Records room status accessible. Warning: unauthorized entry into the records room will result in immediate reassignment. UDL Communications Substation number 204. The substation has been decommissioned following the closure of work order number UDL 211. Communications functionality has been disabled. Logs and messages have been archived. Work order UDL 211 status report number 1. Recording engineer Walkowicz. Tunnels are in, cables are laid. Devil's Peak is receiving, but we're waiting on signal confirmation from the outposts. This whole place stinks of sulfur. We should have brought masks. I'm sure I heard something in the caverns beneath the tower. Something's living there. Here's hoping we don't unsettle it, or else that place ain't gonna be safe for our cable guys. Status report number 2. Same recording engineer. We've got signal from Amber Heights, Stellar Bay and Cascadia. Still waiting on word from Bayside Terrace and Aurora Ridge. I ought to know that I was right about those caverns. They ain't safe, some kind of hell, I don't know. A big thing with claws. I ain't an animal scientist. Can't wait to get the hell off this rock. Closure of work order UDL 211. Work order UDL 211 has been completed. The substation will now be disabled and closed off. It should be noted that the lead engineer Franklin Walkowicz has perished due to a workplace accident involving hostile wildlife in the Devil's Peak Caverns. It should be further noted that Mr. Walkowitz's complaints regarding the dangers of the Terra 1 wildlife has been redacted. Halcyon Referendum number 207 Terra 1 Hazard Clause. Halcyon Holdings Corporate Board, Public Notice number 117, on the issuing of a hazard clause for Terra 1. This notice, issued on January 12th, 2343, serves as the public denouncement of Terra 1 as a feasible workplace environment. Due to the hostile and aggressive nature of the wildlife, as well as the unsustainability of its natural flora for use in human consumption, the Halcyon Holdings Corporate Board has officially enacted a hazard clause covering the entirety of Terra 1. After an evacuation period of no more than 6 months, Terra 1 will be officially considered illegal territory. As this is an unanimous decision, any corporation operating on Terra 1 after the evacuation period will face fines and possible disbarment as defined in Halcyon Code 22.1. Manual log entry. Gonna die for this damn fool errand, I know it. He said Amber Heights was gonna have more bits than we can spend, but those suited morons up.
Do you want burgers for tea? Red heart, red heart, red heart, red heart, red heart.
Yeah, if that's okay. He said Amber Heights was going to have more bits than we can spend, but those suited morons up and spent it all for us. Say in like an hour, if you want. I mean, if you want to do it now, then obviously just put them in the microwave and I'll come and grab them. Books and vases and pretty shit. You can't eat a fucking book. Look at us now, off all the closets to
Red heart, red heart, red heart, red heart.
Of all the closets to co-op up in and lick our wounds, we have to choose the one that's set to lock itself up. Feel like a marauder digging at the walls like this, but we gotta get out before we starve. It ain't possible, but Nelson over there is trying to keep our spirits up, and I don't got the energy to fight him on it. Screw that Bryant fella. Eyes bigger than his fucking stomach. Yeah, that's fine, if that is okay. Alright. So we want to go back to Amber Heights. That's definitely the biggest glitch I've ever seen. Weird how it's not showing on the stream itself.
Welcome back. You find anything out there? Let's see. These are old. Looks like correspondences between the pirates. Some bits here, some there, some... Wait. This one's got the Amber Heights gate code on it. Just like the one I found earlier. And here's a letter. Wait, this is from Graham. Oh, of all the... Captain. He gave them the gate codes. Yeah. He did. He really did. I know he's got his head in the clouds, but I always believed there was a core of good there. What the hell happened to live and let live? Thank you for bringing this back, but I need some time. I gotta think. I'll let you know if I figure something out.
Oh, shit's hit the fan, bro. Alright. So if we go for this first.
Remember, Sublight is not responsible for any loss of property incurred while patrons are on Fallbrook property. I am here to anticipate and facilitate your needs, patron.
Okay, we already spoke to that guy.
Take a gander at that mug. I ain't ever seen someone so adept looking my whole life.
He means gullible, Captain.
Oh, now, come on. All I mean is, well, rather that, you don't seem like the usual pigeons we pluck. No offense, of course, if you are a Byzantium goldblood. Say, I'd like to do you a favor. Might I interest you in a surefire scheme? Wink, wink. I certainly hope you're not insinuating the problem is me. I mean, that would be preposterous. I never do anything under the table. That, Miss Malin ain't aware of. If there's any issue, really, you should talk to her. She's straight back in Malin's House of Hospitality. Oh, right. Well, I mean, if you're interested. Pure and simple, it's like this. I run our drug delivery service. Recently, I had the genius idea to cut costs in half by swapping our autoloaders with faster, cheaper sprats. Too right you are. Only problem is my sprat carriers ain't arrived from their latest run. As I was saying, you look more capable than most of the hoople heads around these parts. What say you locate him and retrieve the goods for me? In return, I'll cut you 5% of the profit. Was that sarcasm? I'm going to assume it was not. If it's sarcasm, you've got to show it somehow, like with a wink. My sprat carriers scurry back and forth through the shipping tunnels. Any trail ought to start there. When you've got the goods, I'll be here. Got the goods? Because I know you wouldn't be wasting my time otherwise. Wink.
Punch him in the eye.
Hit me. I won't even hit back. Pure and simple, it's like this. I run our drug delivery service. Only problem is, you're retreating. I run my Sprat carriers back and forth through the shipping tunnels near the waterfall. Ought to check there first. Good luck. And don't get any ideas about pilfering the drugs for yourself. Hit me. I won't even hit back. Officially, I keep the books for Miss Malin, provide loans to the Byzantium Goldbloods for gaming, and oversee our drug-running operations. Speaking of, might I interest you in a purchase? I'll give you a first-time discount. That's 5% off and a free drink at the ante-up. You're welcome. A shrewd decision. Here's your starter pack and your drink voucher. Sure it is. Wink.
Cringe. Absolute cringe. Alright. Let's carry on.
Ain't in the mood to chat.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Can you not